little longer than most. I hope you'll bear with me. January 2026. January 1st and 2nd, calm. A break from blowing up Venezuelan fishing boats supposedly to halt the drug smuggling trade. Then, very early, Saturday, January 3rd, President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that the United States has conducted large-scale strikes against Venezuela and has captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores. The military raids have provided cover for law enforcement personnel to arrest Maduro and wife and put them on a battleship to take them to the United States. Further, no U.S. personnel have been injured or killed in this action. Wow! And after he was gone, presumably to sleep, we were told there'd be a press conference later at 11 a.m. Actually, the 11 a.m. conference began about 11:45. The president had all his key officials on the stage with him, and he spent the first 15 minutes going over the previous night's actions. Then the bomb dropped when he said, "We will be running Venezuela until we get it straightened out." The president was asked, "Is there a plan for the running?" He pointed over his shoulder to the two behind him and indicted they will be implementing it. The Secretary of State and former Senator Mario Rubio, the Senator of War and former Fox TV host Pete Hegseth, both gave the impression it's the first they had heard of the new duties. The president also announced that he was inviting the major U.S. oil companies in Venezuela to rebuild the foundries that have fallen into disrepair and take our oil back. As an incentive for them to come, he allowed them to sell oil produced through refineries. January 4th, Secretary Rubio announced he won't really be running the country, but advising. It also turns out that while no American personnel were killed or injured, 30 to 40 Venezuelans were killed by the American military. There are mass protests in Venezuela. The U.S. Congress is raising more questions among them. What is the difference between the pardoning of the president of Honduras for his drug sentence by President Trump and the crimes of Maduro? January 5th, more and more, it becomes apparent that the difference is the oil. Venezuela is the largest oil reserves in the world and is selling oil to Iran and China. And the president says, not from our hemisphere, and even makes threatening comments toward Colombia and Cuba, and even bring Greenland back into the conversation. It appears to many that the president calling this hemisphere our opens the door to China and Russia doing the same in theirs, Taiwan and Ukraine. January 6th, in a telephone conversation with MS Now's Joe Scarborough, the president is asked, "What is different between this and Iraq?" His answer, "This time we're keeping the oil." January 2026, a mess. Thank you.